Yeah, 627 from one person. Not half bad. That little space, instead of this is bringing in 550. And that guy's bringing in even more with that tiny little space. I mean, that's actually a really good point. This uses a huge area. Aesthetically, I like the idea of planting, but this is marshland. Like, hello everybody, welcome back to Night Ghost 49. Welcome back to Banished in the MegaMod series. I do have the most recent MegaMod updated. I patched for the beta, so we should be good to go this time around. We are going to do a map with medium marshes, and I looked through the comments and a few things came up. One is a fun name that Jibba came up with, is Nomadiatonvilleshire. Just smash them all together. Since I can't think of a name for medium Nomadia, that's what we're going to do. And so we're going medium, marsh, very harsh, disasters are on, and easy. Because I want the starting condition to have all that extra stuff so we can just go and really kind of plow into the game. I was thinking about adding some heavy restrictions on some stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I'd love some comments about maybe some restrictions that we could do, and I might pick and choose some of those. But a few things that I did see in the previous comments from the other series was that I need to get a seed trader pretty quick. Excuse me. People want me to trade animals, which I still can't figure out with the pasture, but I'm hoping since I updated, the newer update will actually have the ability to do that, so we'll explore that. Somebody also mentioned that I should do jade and marble with statues like right away, and I really like that idea because I can just build it basically right out of the gate and have something tradable that can really boost our economy. I'm really tempted to do mead because of all the mead stuff that I found, so I'm very tempted to do like a whole vineyard. Somebody said I should have Norman, hi, and Martha, hello, come in and like be a part of the series a little bit. I might toy with that a little bit, but somebody said I should make a vineyard and call it Martha's Vineyard. It's so good. I'm probably going to use the special tree orchards, like the forest trees that have the specialized trees. I did see a comment that said I should have a gatherer in the middle of that, even a small one, because it'll pick those up for me so that laborers don't have to do it. That's a really good idea. I want to use magazines more instead of just the normal storage, but that's going to take a little bit to actually get up to that. So just keep that in mind. I don't know what theme we're going to go with. I would like to keep to maybe 3 different housing types. 2, 3, maybe 4, but probably only 3 different housing types. Some easy ones in the beginning. We'll get our tech up, get some better housing, and then maybe some more elaborate stuff. So there we go. I'm going to hit OK. We're going to get this thing started. I'm kind of excited to dive into this and to get going. I had so much fun in the last series. Excuse me, I'm slightly congested for some reason. I don't know why. It's really odd. I did marshes, and oh, what is even happening? I did not know the marshes would be like this. What is this? Oh my goodness. Right. We will be reclaiming some of this land. Okay. Oh, this is actually what I was kind of concerned about. If we look... Okay. Here is the path, right here, for... Oh, it's somewhere along here. It goes like this. Here's the path for our trader. And it goes down this way. If you obstruct this path or build up dirt, actually the dirt might not mess with anything. The terrain might not mess with anything. If you guys remember back to the Waterworld series that I did, I broke the trading channel, and it was really bad. It basically stopped the series. I could only do a couple more episodes. Yes, I was relying on trading a lot, but that's kind of the point. Yeah, we can't build anything here, so we have to be really careful about that. Interesting. I thought the marshes would be a little bit different, but you know what? This is our medium map. We're gonna dive into it. We're gonna fill the whole thing. So what I thought about before when we had maps like this was that I could do heavy dock towns, or and I don't want to do super heavy dock towns. Like a lot of this huge area right here is kind of a waste. I'd like to put some land here, and then maybe some stuff over here. I don't know yet, but we wanted to unlock maybe population milestones, and then we would say because we have so much of a population, we would fill in a big chunk of this and say, you know, and maybe starting off, I'll do that anyway. Maybe I'll fill in these 2 to give us a nice land area to work with. And then we could fill these in as we had different pop caps. So that might be something that we do. Why don't we look and see? It looks like we have chickens. Looks like longhorns. Or leghorns, excuse me. We also have some orchards and stuff like that. But, you know, we don't have our normal kind of basic starting food and all that stuff. I think I'm going to have to do something right here. Maybe for our starting area, we'll fill in this spot and this spot over on the mountainside. And we'll build a bridge and use this as our gathering and wood and all that stuff. This might be a bit of a boon for us. Maybe we'll do that first. I think that'll actually be a good idea. So why don't I do this? Let's come over here. We have a handful of goodies. We've got some firewood, logs, iron. And since it's the beginning of the series, first off, everybody could give a like if you could thumb up. I don't ask that just for any old reason. It actually helps the algorithm with YouTube show the video out, and that just really helps the series as it starts. But if we look up here, for anybody that's new, we have our population right there, and then the number of children that we have. That middle number is for education. We have logs, iron, or excuse me, logs, stone, fire. Okay, let me try this again. Oh my gosh, logs, stone, iron. You can be taught. And then we have the firewood here. These are some materials that we currently don't have anything constructed with, like glass and stuff like that. And then we have 50 tools, which we definitely need to always make sure we're keeping an eye on that. We also have the 40 coats. We need clothing here to help people work longer in the winter. And then 2,400 food, which will go away pretty quickly considering the homes that we have. This is also luxuries and then dried goods. These 2 indicators, or 3 indicators, this is the temperature in Fahrenheit, so it's 8 above freezing. This is our happiness, and that is the health of our citizens. We've got this as our professions. We can track where we have people. There's a lot of professions you can do. I put a little mini map here, and then the event log is down there. This is all the stuff that we can build, so keep that in mind. Okay, first thing, what we want to do is set up a stockpile and get things started. A lot of people that have seen these series before from me kind of know the way I kick things off. I go ahead and I mark, you know, a lot of this stuff to be collected, the stone and the iron to bring those in. I will start with 1 time speed to just let those pick up. First off, though, we need food sources and we need them quick. But first, we want to put in a pasture. They're going to be chickens. I don't need a big pasture, but it needs to be bigger than that. Okay, you know what? A 12 by 8. It's not huge. It's only going to cost us 38 lumber. I'll put 2 builders up and let them do their thing. We are going to need a bridge right here to get across this area. Let's go bridges. Oh gosh, firewood is low like right now. Let's do a little tiny wood chopper right here. Yeah. And I will mark this to be the highest priority, so people go build that. Because it's still so cold and early spring hasn't fully kicked off yet and the snow hasn't melted, people are going to be a little cold. They've already burnt through all the firewood. There was a little bit there. I'm kind of surprised how quickly they did that, but that's okay. We'll get through it. I would like to do the drawbridge. It only costs wood, but it'll allow our... It doesn't really matter, but it'll allow our boats to come through, our trade boats, and traverse this area nice and easy without any kind of obstruction at all. So again, we're going to do the pasture for our little chickens, and then I would like to go ahead and put in some kind of crop field, and we can actually fit a 10 by 15. Let's do that. We've got a wood chopper here. I'm going to put 1 person there with a fuel limit of 200. It'll use up the logs until we get up to 200. And I can already tell I can't just run at 1 time speed. That'll drive me absolutely bonkers. I generally run at 10 times speed. I like the game to kind of kick off and really get going. Now, while that's working, I'm going to work on actually flattening all of this. So if we come over here, we actually have a flattening power tool. And we're going to do this. Okay. And I'll start on the edge here so I can make sure it's all even. There we go. Like that. Get some weird little graphical things here and there, so there we go. And I don't actually want to dig into like the mountainside very much because it still treats it like a mountainside, and the mountainsides on the edge of the map can be a little weird. Like they they won't let nomads come through. So like there's certain buildings that don't work quite right. So I just want to steer clear of digging into those too much. There we go. Okay, and then that, and then this little blip right there. Okay, cool. So then we just hit the remove structure tool, and it gets rid of that. Perfect. Okay, so this area will be really good for forester and some gathering. Now it is springtime. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to pause for a second. This pasture's done. We've got leghorns. I'll make one person work there. Currently we have 8 out of the 16 it can hold. So they're just going to do their thing. Carrots and potatoes. I'm going to do potatoes. They're more of a hardy vegetable, and the cold won't mess with them so much, and it's a little chilly here in my opinion. I'm going to mark these to be picked up by laborers so that they can be super efficient when we start. That's definitely the way we want to do it. I know that when we ended the other series we weren't necessarily doing that, but this time around we definitely will. I'm going to do something slightly different, but this time I'm going to put a little stockpile right here. Once this drawbridge is done, we're going to do the stockpile, and then we're going to use that to clear all the stone and clear all of the iron, like immediately. 1 out of 4 objects. And then we'll clear a handful of logs so that we can do our foresters and all that stuff. So first things first, let's just clear all of this. We've got a handful of laborers, so we can do that without any big deal. So while we're here, we're going to go into the foresters. We're going to do a standard one. Let me think. Yes, we're going to do just the standard stuff. So for standard forester lodge first, right there. And then we're going to do a gatherer, and we're going to do a hunter, and all this stuff to basically bring in a lot of food, because we're at 200 something food right now, which is absolutely horrible. So there we go. And where is our gatherer? I'm actually going to do a smaller gatherer because they're actually a bit more efficient in my opinion. In fact, I'm going to get rid of the standard hunter as well and get a different one. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. And with that, I want a little bit of storage really close. So we'll do a small barn right here, right up against those. And we'll want to put some homes out there eventually. And we're going to start with the country roads, because I like that. So we'll go like this, and then we'll go... Oh, it's right there. Good. Yeah, see, it's already putting the iron ore and the stone over there. I'm not going to worry about tools yet, so don't worry about that. We already have people that need homes. That's very odd. Hopefully we'll bring in a good amount of food here with this crop, but just to be safe, I want to go ahead and put in some kind of fishing. So if we do, let's see, a mini fishery, medieval, no, not the medieval pond, a fisherman. You know what? This probably isn't half bad, is it? This would be way better if I could fit it. Ah, I can't. I think. Actually, right here would be really good, but the logistics is going to be a bit of a nightmare. We'll build that anyway. You know what? We'll just put a bridge right here. We're completely out of logs, though, aren't we? Dang it! That's what's not going on. So let's do little chunks. Again, you do this so that you don't take all the trees and they grow out back pretty quickly naturally. There's the forester. We're going to go ahead and put 2 people on there and up the limit of logs to 2,000. We are completely out of food. So I'm going to put 2 gatherers right here so we can start getting food. We've got the log guys coming in. That's good. Small barn can be paused for the moment. Actually, yeah. No, I'm going to unpause it. And, was that the hunter? Okay, the hunter is done. Let's get 2 people working that. I'm really concerned about food. Logs, whatever. We'll get through that. That's not a big deal. But firewood, we need the logs for firewood. What kind of harvest did we get in here? 500. Not great, but not that bad. And it looks like people have brought it into their homes. We don't have any food stored right now, but they did bring it in, so that is very helpful. As you can see, trees are being plopped down here by the forester. They're going to start growing. This is going to take a little bit to actually get up and running and to be nice and you know, healthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bee shelter, because this in the last series made a lot of honey, tons, and we could use that later for mead, but for now I need the food source and I need it quick. As you can see, our average health is a little bit low because the food is low, so we need to get that up and rolling. So foresters, you're looking good. We've got our hunters over here, and they're already bringing in venison and leather and all that good stuff. They're storing it here in the barn very quickly. Gatherers probably not going to gather too much, but a little bit here definitely goes a long way. So that's nice. We probably want to go ahead and put in a couple homes. Want them to be wood homes, very, very simple. Okay, gosh, food is really bad. Let's put one fisherman there. Let's just see how much production they get. We'll do a country road. Nope, that's a dirt road. There we go, country road there. Make it a little bit more efficient. I want to do a bridge here, but I want to hold off on resources for a little bit. And our chickens are bringing us some food now. So now that we max, they're actually slaughtering them and bringing in a little bit of chicken meat. But we're getting a lot of eggs, so we're doing okay. This is kind of a rough start, I gotta admit. Even though I've got it easy, it's kind of a tough start. Our tiny chopper is good to go. Excuse me, we're not using up all of our logs anymore. Okay, we're gonna do honey. We'll put one person here for the bee shelter. This is a resource that gathers all the time. It doesn't do like the crop field, where the crop field will gather for, it'll plant and then gather for a season, right? Like that's not the way those work. So why don't we go ahead and get the rest of what's going on over here. Excuse me. Since there's nothing actually being built, people are just working on food production. Like this is not very efficient because I don't have them going back and forth with somewhere to drop off the food like I do the barn. So keep in mind this isn't the most efficient thing. I just want to get a few things up and running and kind of kicking that off for now. So let's let them gather up all this stuff. We've got a nice little drawbridge. Look at that. It doesn't actually move, which is kind of unfortunate. But you know what? That's okay. We'll live with it. I'm going to turn this a bit so we can see. All right. And look at the beehive. The bee shelter. It looks really good. I'm going to take a drink here. I'm a little parched. 64 honey right away. Our food stocks are looking really good. I do like that. We have a little bit of herbs. 3. So that's affecting our health a little bit too. But this guy is planting away up the potatoes. We could, once we get a little bit more land, we can really ramp up our food production because we already have seeds. I don't even know what our orchard plants are yet, so that's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. I need to put down some more homes. So let's do that real quick because there's people working here and they're nowhere close. Now I haven't decided which 3 buildings I want to do, except I know that I want to do the colonial small houses. Okay, so we're going to do one of those first. Reserve of food is low. I'm well aware. So we'll do one of those out there. I also want to, let's do a market here so people can kind of handle this a little bit differently. A tiny market is probably what we want to start out. So we'll do that too. Got a couple things being built. We do have a few laborers. 4 people actually became laborers, so this is good. I probably should go ahead and get 2 more people here in the forester. This will help with logs in the long term, but it'll also make our gatherer more efficient. We also probably should put an herbologist in here, but I'm not worrying about that yet. So we'll get to that. These are still being collected, which is good. And we could probably gather a few more trees over here. And even there's some nice little groupings here, so we might as well grab those too. Okay, we've given these guys a ton of stuff to do. Now, hopefully, these trees will fill this in and it won't look so bad with the barren kind of dirt there, but we'll get those filled in quickly. Gosh, that stockpile is pretty full. That's good, though. Tools are getting a little low. We were at 50. We're now at 21. Not super stoked about that. We'll employ 1 person here at the market for now. They'll gather stuff. That way people don't just pull massive food stocks away from the storage, and they'll do it a little more efficiently. They'll do that with tools. They'll do that with clothing and all that stuff. Now, speaking of tools and clothing, we're going to go into the refined resources. And to start things off, I'm going to do the workshops. I did this in the last series. It's a really good small way to start out without just ripping through all your resources. So that's kind of my plan right there. And because I want this to look nice, we're going to do stuff like this. And that's, hold on, I didn't do it right. Remove road. I did it again. I want to use this country road. I'm so used to just using the dirt run. But the country road looks good. It's got like some leaves on it and stuff, so it has a bit of color going on. So I'd like to do that. We'll get rid of those trees. There we go. And then we'll go around the farm here. Nice. Oh, see, they're not able to... Ooh. It gets too cold in early autumn. Really? So we're going to have more people working for these plants. So our seasons are going to be kind of short. That's unfortunate. Okay, I might do the trick that we did last time. If you remember last time, we didn't do much iron ore to ore conversion because it's so costly against our fuel. But it's going to take a little bit to get this ramped up and going. I think here I want to do iron production, and then we're going to get our tools going as well. So for one of these, I'm going to turn this one off. I'm going to have it produce hide coats. And we'll say one person work that. So we can take the leather that we're getting from our... Hello, I'd like to click on you. Hunters, right? We're getting a bit of leather in here. Lots of venison, which is very nice. And we're going to take those and make coats. So here, let's actually pin this. There we go. Now we know where the field actually is. And I want to do some resource gathering. I want to use the circle stuff that we did before. So iron shack right here. And I'm going to do something, I don't know who suggested it, but it was a really good suggestion on how to control where these spread. We saw in the last series that this spread outside of its zone. He said, somebody told me, I don't know who it was, so, you know, give yourself some credit in the comments if you want, that if you use roads, or we might be able to use roads, I don't know if they were like 100% sure, but we could use roads to kind of hem in the production. So maybe the iron and the dense forest and stuff like that won't go past a completed road. So I want to try that. I want to test it out because that's a really solid idea. I want to control the spread of all this stuff. So we'll just see. We'll get the iron shack up and going so we can make tools, and we'll go ahead and see how if we can hem this in. Now keep in mind I do have 50 tools right now, so I actually could turn on this workshop to make iron tools. We've got the limit at 50 for tools and for clothing, so they can at least use that up and keep everybody ready and going with tools. If we run out of tools, it's an apocalypse. I'm not kidding. I freak out about it, but it's legit. It's so bad. All right, we've got our little fisherman over here. Let's give them a tiny, tiny little storage. Just this little mini guy. Just to boop, 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 back and forth. Boop, boop, boop. How'd that go? And maybe another drawbridge would really help. I think it will. I really do. Let's go ahead and grab a drawbridge. It will... I don't want to put it in the radius so much, so let's pull it back this way a little bit. It's going to take 80 logs. Jeez. Let's mark a few more of these to get cleared out. Actually, we need this cleared out for the iron, so might as well go ahead and do that. Yeah, we need more logs. We need more stone. We're gathering a decent amount. I don't even have our quarries down yet. Or, which, you know, this is actually going to serve that. The iron shack, and I'm going to do like a stone one as well. We'll see how that goes. As you can see, the road's already around it. Well, this part isn't actually done, but a lot of those are around it now. Our forester's doing great. Look at all the trees that are popping in here. I'm really excited about that. We keep getting warnings that food is low, but we're doing okay. We're just under 800, so we're producing a decent amount over here. I think every year this gets a little bit better because the trees become a little bit more full. Excuse me. This is going to be weird. We're going to... I'm pretty dedicated to the idea of we're going to fill these in. We're just going to have to. There's no way we can work with this. So I don't know what kind of milestones we're going to set yet. Don't have a town hall, but we could get like a census down. I think we should do that first so we can actually keep an idea of what's going on. Mini town hall used to record and show census data. Might as well. Let's get that built real quick. How's the honey working? Yeah, 627 from one person. Not half bad. That little space, instead of this is bringing in 550. And that guy's bringing in even more with that tiny little space. I mean, that's actually a really good point. This uses a huge area. Aesthetically, I like the idea of planting, but this is marshland. Like, this isn't going to do that well. Gosh, I wonder if I should just, like, put down some more beehives. I definitely need to build some more homes, though, real quick, because if we finish the census, we'll see. But, I need... Yeah, we're going to need a lot of these colonial homes. Let's put down 2 more right here. I'm trying to make them even with the other ones, so we're going to do that, too. I might... Gosh, we might just optimize and put, like, a ton of these bee shelters down. Like, just line them over here and make honey galore. Have tons of food, start making some mead, trade the mead. I really like that idea. Iron Shack's done. We've got the iron limit at 200. I'm going to just put 1 person here for now. I will mark all resources to be gathered from right in this area. Actually, here, let's cancel the little bit that's kind of outside of the circle. I kind of like this idea because I know the radius without clicking on it. Isn't that neat? That's a good idea. I really wish I'd remembered who suggested that. That's such a solid idea. I probably should build some more homes that are closer because all of these are really far away. So let's do, again, I'm going to just go with the colonial homes for now. And I can actually build them over here now that I'm looking at this. So they don't get in the way too much of our actual production. There we go. We're going to burn through some resources. Our log cutter over here, the little tiny chopper, is probably going to be taxed a little bit to get those done. But look, people moving in here, moving in there. I should probably actually pause for a second. How many homes do we need? If we look at the overview, 18 families, only 9 homes. So we do need a lot of homes. That's good. Production, we're overproducing on food now, which is fantastic. I love that. By about 700. We're not producing enough tools at all. We're not producing any iron. We're not really producing stone. We're just gathering it. So we're going to need to address that. And logs we're overproducing right now too. So that's good. We're going through a lot of logs though. See, look, 550, only 263. I don't like this idea. You know what? I'm going to do something different. We can go into this later. I'm going to do it. Let's do like some honeybee stuff. Let's do some little resources. My goal is to do some like highly refined stuff and trade a lot. So, I don't know. We'll have to kind of play around with that a little bit. Wait, where's our farmer? Let's go over here to the professions and look at our farmer. I'm looking for a little wheat stock. Start at the bottom. Nope. And nope. Where are you? I should have just turned it off before I actually got rid of the structure. Or the field, I should say. Man, I don't see it anywhere. Wait, there it is, farmer. There you go. That's what the question mark was. Somebody has a job and nowhere to work. So let's go into food production again. And we will do bee shelter. We can just back them up against each other. That takes 21 stone, though. So let's just build like 4 for now. And then we're going to need to build like a quarry of some kind. I would like to do a stone kind of farm, quote unquote, like we're doing over here. So I would like to do that. But maybe in the short term, we just get a quarry. I don't know. Let's take a look at that real quick. I haven't decided that yet. There's a small quarry, but it takes lumber, and I don't want to jump into lumber right now. Yeah, Stone Shack is just cheap. Maybe over here? Maybe over here? I don't know. Let's put down this country road right now, just so we can get to there quickly, and then we'll bring it all the way out to here. So we can make a decision. Gosh, I don't know yet. Let me think on that one. I'm not 100% sold on the idea. So look how many laborers we have. That's solid. Like, let's get more people getting honey. Now, again, the overview, we have 19 families, only 9 homes. We need a lot more. We need to make sure we keep up on the fuel because this little tiny chopper is not going to handle all that we need. In fact, I might switch that really soon. I'm a little leery too because our forester's not quite ready. Although it is bringing in, 40-something logs or 90-something this time around. Some of the trees are becoming more mature and they can chop them up. That's just good. These homes are getting finished. I like that. Look, all the iron is quote-unquote getting planted, right? I don't know if these roads are actually the solution, just so you know. If not, there are other ways we can kind of hem it in and not make it such a big deal. So, iron limit at 200. I mean, I guess we could just say 2,000 for a lot of this stuff. There you go. People moving in here. That one's going to get completed soon. We're at 39 tools. As you can see, we have basically no iron left. We have no hide coats either. We have a lot to do. Let's get 4 people as builders so we can finish some of this stuff. All of these need to be finished. Reserve of food is low. Oh, we're down to like 150. Oh, it's the new homes. That's what it is. The new homes being finished, they pulled in their supply from the market. So that's why our food looks a lot lower than it actually is. See, we've got a decent amount right here. So this is done. I'm going to go ahead and immediately get people working these so we can start bringing in food right away. So this one, it's already bringing in a good amount. Let's keep applying more people here. That one's finished. This one's finished. Yeah, 4 of these are... Each one of these is going to be way more efficient than the large area we had allocated right here. So I'm kind of excited to see how that's going to work. We've got a little bit of hide coming in here or there. We're keeping up on the coats a little bit. We're completely out of iron, so I'm actually going to turn off that workshop and unemploy that. I think I'm going to put a second person here from the tool maker, right, from the blacksmith. They can come over here and work this job. I do need stone though, so we should be thinking about that. I'm tempted to do a chunk of land right here and just do stone, but I don't really want to do that because I gotta hem it in real quick. Look at how many trees there are. This is looking really nice. I'm glad that we started doing this. Okay, iron is there again. Gosh, I'm still debating in my head if how we should handle the stone. Maybe I should just do the stone right here. Maybe I should do a little bridge. Just right here. Right? There we go. And then we could just do right here, clear all this and just do stone. That, you know what? That's an already controlled area. I might fill this in at some point, but maybe we can just do that for now. It's a little different than what I normally do. But that's kind of the point, right? So we'll do a road going out that way. We'll probably make a little stockpile. We're doing the generic ones for now. We're not doing the specialized ones. We'll get there. So let's do that first. We'll clear all of this and then put in the stone. Kind of infinite gathering place, right? How is this doing? 117 logs last year. That's looking really nice. Food's not looking too great in my opinion. But if we look, 17 families, 11 homes. I don't think I want to build any more right this moment. Our health did go up a little bit. We've had more food for a while, so that's nice. We're overproducing by 800? 900. Roughly 900. We're overproducing on tools, but we're out of iron. We're not actually making any iron yet, or stone. And the log situation's still looking good. I want to do a dense forester as well. That thing was so good. It was really, really good in the last series. I'm doing this just so we can make sure we've got a nice healthy area for gatherers and stuff like that to actually go and get their goods. Yeah, these numbers are looking way better now. I like that. I bet you this is full. It's not. The marketplace is pulling from that just immediately. Look at how much food we have right now. I wonder how much of that is honey. Yeah, 900 of that is honey. Oh, man. We've got to find these little gems, you know? Some other food gathering items. I really like this idea. It's going to take a minute for anything to be viable here yet. Keep that in mind. None of this is ready. We're down to 20 tools with more and more of our population kind of amping up. So this is a bit concerning because all the stuff we pick off the ground is iron ore. Let's do this. In the meantime, and I'd like to get rid of some stuff that we have, let's go ahead. Let's put in a small fuel refinery right here. We can do refined fuels there. We will put in also a small iron smelter. And then we're going to actually need some more. We're going to need some more firewood chopped up. So right here, wherever we can fit them. We'll get some extra choppers here because this one is not probably going to cut it. But what we're going to do is make furnace fuel. We're then going to use that furnace fuel and iron ore, and we're going to make that into iron. So let's see here. Iron ore, I have 242. We're going to pick some up along the way anyway, and we're going to need furnace fuel in the long run anyway. So it's not really a wasted effort. This right now, though, has picked up nothing. It's generated nothing. I can add more people to this, which I probably should. They work right there. They live right there, excuse me. They're too far away. They're too far away, and so is the gatherer. And you're just doing fish, which I bet you that's just full of fish. It's got honey in it for some dumb reason. Because there's a barn right here. Oh, crap. We're down to 7 tools. Okay, I'm going to stop thinking about all the other stuff. Okay, 2,000 on materials. We're going to take firewood and turn it into furnace fuel. And then we're going to get somebody here working this little smelter, take the iron ore and the furnace fuel and turn it into iron. I'm going to employ 1 additional chopper just so we can make sure we have enough wood coming in that's being turned into firewood, considering we're burning it now and turning it into that fuel. Excuse me, we're down to 5 tools. Oh, jeez. The moment we have iron, we just need to do this. So this workshop is now back and up and running again. I only have 2 laborers. We're kind of overextending a little bit. Again, we've got this going on. I will go ahead and mark this to be collected. This will keep them very busy for a while. I'm not doing the wood yet, but they're going to go... Oh, wait, why are there so many people? I don't have any farmers. That's kind of odd. Well, I guess it's 4 with the builders and stuff, but like... Maybe if they don't have anything to do. Oh, like, if the hide guys don't have enough leather, they won't work and they become general laborers. I forgot about stuff like that. Never mind. I do need more homes over here. So even with what we just built, I'm going to go ahead and put in at least, well, let's just do one for now. I'm really concerned that we're going to pull our food too much and we're going to kind of overextend a little bit. Let's put the fuel limit at 400 so we can kind of get ahead. As you can see, our firewood hit 200 and they stopped. We still have a few logs, so I'd like to actually work on that a little bit more. How are you guys doing? 700 last year. 832. It's like they're just getting better at their jobs. Which does remind me, first off, this is going to be a bit of a longer episode to set things up. But two, we should probably go ahead and get some schools going. Last time I did it, and I kind of went against the grain and did it almost immediately. No, not really immediately. I mean, we're 5 years in and I'm just now thinking about it. But it helps a lot. I mean, it's like a compounded interest thing. But we're not going to get laborers as quickly because they're going to go to school for a while. Let's put in our sacred word. I kind of liked this. It was just an interesting little flair, a little different school, not a big one. Let's just do that for now, and that'll be kind of fun. So when they become 10, they'll go here and learn for another 10 years, and then they become better workers. They're more efficient. Everybody that starts is actually already educated, and so technically, if you don't stay on top of education, you lose productivity, even though you have more people. Yeah, let's put one person there to work that, and I'll actually show you what I mean by that. If we go to graphs, we go to students. Where's the educated? Citizens, educated, right there. Okay, so if we go over the last 5 years, as everybody's born and then become laborers, they're not educated anymore. So look, one person just went to school, one person became a student. So if we go over here, there's one person, and so from the age of 10 to 20, they go to school, which is good. All right, we've got this up here. We've already cleared all of this out. Why don't we go ahead and we'll do some big chunks of wood, because I'm not ready to make the stone thing here yet, so I don't want to clear this out immediately. It'll let the wood grow back a little bit, and we can use that space a little bit better. As you can see right here, the farm is gone, so stuff's already starting to grow back naturally. That's why I don't want to remove anything here. It'll just start to grow there until we're ready to expand. So that's kind of my thought there. We've got 2 people in school, 13 little babies. Reserve of tools is low. We're at 12. That's actually not bad. We're at 20 iron. This is good. We're smelting what we have. I don't think the collector over here is ready, but it does look pretty good with 2 people working it. Yeah, just logs, clearing out some stuff. It's almost ready to start actually gathering. Our stockpile is pretty free. 30% still pretty good on that size. We did finish this home. Oh, people in their 30s. I've really got to make sure I stay on top of this. We're making a decent amount of food. So you know what? Why don't we do that? Why don't we put down a couple more homes? I know that they need to get worked over here. Or the people that live here will work in these areas, which will make it more efficient. So I might as well go ahead and do that. Let's just put down 2 more. I know that's a lot of resources. How do you not have a tool? What are you doing? There's 16. They're in the market. Look. 14 tools right there alone. The rest of them are right there. Watch, you're going to get one, right? You went home to eat or something, and you got a tool. Okay. I'm like, do not freak me out like that. If you've watched any of my series, the moment I see something wrong with tools, I lose my mind. It becomes a massive apocalypse of craziness. As you can see, we're maxed out with the tiny choppers. I'm going to get rid of this extra one right here. We don't need it. We don't need it. They're chopping down these trees. This is good. Look at that. How many logs are you bringing in? 114. That'll easily triple when they get fully formed. And we can actually get some logs, stockpiles over here, which I guess we could do right now. Technically, I could go into the stockpiles and say, there's a log one, like a 4x4. Yeah, let's do that. Might as well. One of those homes is getting finished here, and the other one needs supplies still. So this one's getting worked on. That one's going to get worked on soon once they supply it. We're going to start having some firewood issues and some stone issues real soon. But, you know what? We got to get our actual population up and running. This is good. I think they're going to start gathering some iron now. Yep, 15 already. So instead of this big mine, we just have a little plot of land. And currently it's not going outside of this, but we're going to have to watch that. I will mark this to be picked up. Not that. This, just so we can actually see the edges here and not have it have the natural stuff that was already here kind of influence what we're seeing. Because this is a bit of a test. We're kind of figuring that out. Wait, what are you maxed on? Oh, food? No, add a 0 in there. 50,000 instead of 5. Pfft, we need more people, which means we need more food. Yeah, 31. We got to make sure that our people are a little bit younger doing that. I am doing nomads. I should have said that from the beginning. I am definitely doing nomads. This one. Families 15, homes 14. Very good. We have 7 children in school. That's so good. All of these honeybees are just doing great. 700. It was like 800 last year. So that's a nice little average of, you know, like 650, 700. Always bringing that in. Nice and constant. I do like that. How are we doing on furnace fuel? We're at 128. I'm going to let that go for a little bit longer. Anyway, this is a weird start, but I think a good one. I would like to explore some more really compacted or compact fuel food gathering. I want to see if we can find something else that would be good. And then I think in the next episode I want to start jade and marble and stone. And then the jade and marble we can start making into statues and selling those and get our trader up and going, get some trade seeds, get some trade animals and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pause things here. Thank you, everybody, for being here for Nomadiatonvilleshire. Please like, leave a comment, thumbs up, share it, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about maybe some restrictions or challenges. We know that this beginning thing is always a bit of a hodgepodge until we get an idea. I'm really kind of thinking of the idea of like enclosing areas with roads and trying to... I want to develop these little patches and communities a little bit more in this one because it's medium. We have more space. We'll just have to put some dirt in where all the water is. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Later.